Hey guys, you're probably here because you want to know all about earwax and how to get rid of it safely. Well, I'm going to answer that question along with many other questions in this week's Responding to Your Comments, where we look at fun questions, we look at science-based questions, but most importantly, we always look at the evidence. Group C. Hey Abraham, may I ask you to make a video on treating earwax? Also, love your videos, they are always so helpful. Group C, thank you for your comment, sending you and everyone who's watching this video awesome vibes wherever you are in the world. And of course I can do a video on it. How can I possibly say no to Groot, my favorite Marvel character? So let's begin with a little about earwax. It's basically a buildup of cerumen, sebum, dead cells, sweat, hair, and foreign materials like dust. Earwax is a normal physiological substance which actually protects the ear canal. Now the cerumen that we just mentioned also has antibacterial and antifungal properties. Useful for you to know that. Now the amount that we produce varies between individuals, and earwax can either be dry earwax or wet earwax. You're probably now thinking to yourself, who knew that earwax could be so interesting? So as I was saying, we have two types of earwax, dry earwax and wet earwax. Children more commonly have wet earwax, and the elderly more commonly have dry earwax. Also, those from Asia tend to have more dry earwax than wet earwax. And it's the dry earwax which is more likely to become compacted and cause symptoms and complications. So how can you tell if you have an earwax buildup? Well, a lot of people are asymptomatic, so they show no symptoms. But some people do show symptoms, and the most common, for example, would be difficulty hearing, a blocked ear discomfort, tinnitus, itchiness, and even vertigo, but some experts do believe that earwax isn't a direct cause of vertigo. Now you may have an earwax buildup due to many different reasons. Some people naturally produce more earwax. Other people have hairy ear canals or thin, narrow ear canals, so they're more prone to a buildup. Age can be a factor. Hearing aids can cause an increased earwax buildup. Basically anything that you put in your ear can potentially cause the wax to go further in and a buildup to occur. You may also have a history of water exposure, and this water can actually cause the earwax to expand, which could potentially cause a complete blockage of the ear. So as you can see, there's many different reasons for an earwax buildup. Okay, so you now know all about earwax, why we get it, what it is, why it builds up, but what about treatment? Well, first of all, please do not place your fingers or any foreign objects in your ear. This includes cotton buds, and I know you've probably heard it 100 times, but I'm going to tell you 101 times, because all you're going to do is you're going to push that wax further in the ear canal, and it's going to impact. And over the time, you're going to keep doing it, and this impaction is going to get thicker and thicker and thicker, and then it gets really hard to get out. Secondly, if you're using a cotton bud, it's very easy to push it in too much and pierce your eardrum. And believe me, this does happen. Now the good news is that earwax usually falls out on its own, but if it is starting to build up and it's starting to block your ear, then I do find olive oil works very well for patients. It's going to help soften that earwax and help it fall out naturally. Now I know what you're probably thinking. A lot of you are going to be thinking, olive oil? I need something stronger than that. I need something better than that. But olive oil actually works really well. You can pick up a small bottle of olive oil from any pharmacy really, and it comes with a dropper. That's the most important thing. The usual dose for it is 2 to 3 drops in the affected ear twice a day. Please follow the instructions that come with it so you're using it properly for maximum effect. Now please remember, it might not tell you this on the instructions to press down on your tragus, but when you put the drops in, press down on your tragus. It's this little bit here. Press it a few times, and that's going to cause it to evenly spread through the ear canal, and it's going to help it go further into the ear, which is what you really want. Now the key to getting results when you're using olive oil for earwax is to use it every single day when you have an earwax buildup. So put a reminder on your phone so you don't forget to use it, and try to use it for about 2 weeks. Now you're going to start to see results when the wax starts to fall out. It's naturally just going to fall out either throughout the day or at night time when you're sleeping especially. That's when it tends to fall out the most. So you might wake up with a load of earwax around your ear or on your pillowcase. I'm sorry about that, but it's a good sign because it shows that it's working. There are also other ear drops and treatments that you can get from your pharmacy, so the best advice I can give all of you is to speak to your pharmacist first so they can assess your symptoms and then advise the appropriate treatment for you. But I also want to give you a little more information to consider when purchasing these products. For example, sodium bicarbonate ear drops, quite popular for earwax as well, but it can cause dryness of the ear canal. Also, urea hydrogen peroxide ear drops, or docusate sodium ear drops. Again, quite popular for earwax, but it can irritate the ear canal as well. So it's just worth mentioning that you're aware of these. Also, please do not use ear candles or ear vacuums for earwax. There's no evidence that they work for earwax removal, and also they can be very dangerous. So there you have it, group, and anyone else watching, I hope you find this video helpful, but please remember that if your earwax hasn't cleared after 5 days, or your ear is completely blocked and you're struggling to hear, you need to make an appointment to speak to your healthcare professional. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow, or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.